Issei Sagawa, the carnivore of Paris. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel. In the sweltering quiet of June 1981, Paris carried on with its usual heartbeat. Students chatting in cafes, bicycles rattling over cobblestones. Never knowing that inside a cramped apartment on Rue Erlanger, a nightmare was taking shape. The man behind it was Issei Sagawa, a soft-spoken, frail Japanese student with eyes that seldom blinked and a mind humming with obsessions he had hidden since childhood. Sagawa was born in Kobe into a wealthy family that shielded him from consequences and cocooned him in privilege. But behind the polite bows and gentle tone, he harbored a fixation that had stalked him for years. An uncontrollable hunger, one he himself described as a desire to consume the beauty I could not possess. It was not mere curiosity, it was predatory worship. Subscribe to the channel. The victim, René Hartevelt. At the Sorbonne University, he met René Hartevelt, a tall, intelligent Dutch student whose kindness made her approachable to everyone. Sagawa, barely over 5 feet tall and constantly sickly, felt dwarfed by her presence. To him, she was not just a person. She was a symbol of everything he believed he lacked: confidence, culture, life. He invited her to his apartment under the harmless pretext of reading German poetry together. She trusted him. She sat on his floor, leafing through books. She never noticed how he trembled as he stood behind her, a rifle hidden in his hands. When he finally pulled the trigger, the thunderous crack echoed through the small room. René collapsed instantly, her body crumpling like a fallen marionette. The world outside continued as usual, people laughing, cars humming, while inside that apartment, a nightmare began. What happened next? Sagawa later described the scene with disturbing calm. He approached her body with the fascination of someone examining a sacred artifact. His obsession had crossed into reality. And now he wanted to fulfill the dark craving that had shadowed his entire life. He undressed her carefully, almost ceremonially, and began mutilating her with knives he had prepared days earlier. He consumed parts of her flesh raw, others cooked lightly on a pan, seasoning them as though preparing a regular meal. Later, he said he believed eating her would allow her spirit to live inside him. For 2 days, the apartment became a silent chamber of horror. Blood cooling on the floor, notebooks soaked with crimson fingerprints, and Sagawa moving around in a detached trance. He photographed her body, spoke to it, and preserved pieces as though they were keepsakes. Eventually, he attempted to dispose of her remains. He stuffed parts of her body into suitcases and dragged them toward a nearby lake. But his frail body gave out. The suitcases were too heavy. Passers-by noticed. Police arrived. The nightmare cracked open. The trial that shocked the world. Sagawa confessed immediately, showing no hesitation, as if finally relieved to reveal his truth. Yet after being examined, French psychiatrists declared him legally insane. Instead of a conventional trial, he was sent to a psychiatric institution. But the story took a darker turn still. France deported him to Japan. Shockingly, Japanese doctors deemed him sane. And because France refused to share the case files, Japan had to release him. He walked free after only a short detention. A man who had taken a life in the most brutal way imaginable found himself back in society, giving interviews, writing books, even appearing in shows. The world watched in disbelief as he became a disturbing, morbid celebrity. Legacy of horror. René Hartevelt's family was left with unspeakable grief, while Sagawa lived openly for decades, often speaking about his crime with chilling detachment. To many, his freedom remains one of the most disturbing failures of international justice. His name still lingers in dark corners of the internet, whispered in true crime circles as a reminder that sometimes monsters wear polite smiles, speak softly, and hide in plain sight, hungering for something the world never expects. If you enjoyed the story, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.